Okay, so today just doing a review of compare income protection .co.nz and just to see what's happening. They're having issues with tracking, so I'll be going through the entire decision tree as well as the website to see what's happening. It's a WordPress blog where the decision tree is being embedded into the site. So just to show you where that exists, click that button, opens up the decision tree. Okay, so first things first, open up my, oops, I'm in the wrong site. I need to be in Chrome. All right, so right over there, go through developer JavaScript console is what I'll be using for most of my stuff, and I can see that it already is reporting certain issues here. Yeah, so anyway, John, you might want to fix this up and see what's going on. It's got 15 errors, so okay, so should get that checked out by your devs. And there's a GTM issue here as well. Okay, so let's see where we go with this review. So compare opens up the decision tree, and let's have a quick look. I'm just going to quickly refresh that so I don't lose any of the error information. All right, so GTM is failing, and we're trying to work out why is that failing. Right, so let's have a quick look at, sorry, we already are there, wrong tab. Go into sources, and I can see that GTM itself is not firing. It's just firing a G tag. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so GA is working, but Tag Manager is not. So let's have a look. That's the decision tree, and I'll go into scripts to see what's going on. Once again, at the moment, just reviewing to see what's happening. Okay, so they're adding in GA using global scripts. So let's have a quick look there. So admin scripts to see global scripts. And if I just open it up, I can see that they are using GA, sorry, AG tag .js. Okay, so that looks okay. There's the UA code, which is good. All right, okay, so that's fine. Happy with that. Let's make sure, yep, analytics.js is firing, which is good. What are we going to look for next is just to see what else is happening inside the decision tree. So I'm just going to pause the video so I don't show you the front page where all the other sites are listed. Okay, so back in the decision tree, I think they're wanting to fire something over here. Okay, so they've got a GA lead event. Okay, that looks incorrect because it's curly brackets and not, are those square brackets? I'm having a hard time viewing this. All right, copy, just pausing this for a second. Okay, so that's incorrect. Sorry, that's what this is. I just copy and pasted it. I couldn't work out whether it's a square or the braces. And because they're square brackets, that's not going to work because LeadsHook custom fields have got curly brackets right over there. All right, so I'm guessing that's what they are. Lead, submit, and capture. Let me make sure that I'm not misreading this particular event. So I am going to confirm that by going to LeadsHook help. Right, so just very much a live review. Oops, I think I got that wrong. Tracking. And let's have a look at that. Okay, so if I look at tracking, yeah, it looks like the GA hit type is wrongly set up, but let me confirm that actually, because there's always a few ways of doing this stuff. Script GA send event. GA send event. GA send. Yeah, I think the hit type is missing, and also the labels are missing. So that particular thing, to the best of my knowledge, that's how I've always done it. Yeah. Okay. So I think that might need to be improved. And that's not to say that this doesn't work. I've just never done it this way. I've based on documentation, it's always been this category. But they might be right in that GA works out automatically that any variable sent in this position, so by that I mean like first, second, third, would correspond with category, action, and label. So that probably makes sense, but the format is incorrect. So that should be curly brackets. And then let me just make sure the JavaScript has been done properly. Yeah, I think the JavaScript is looks correct. Yeah, so that's fine. Yeah, so I don't think that's being set up properly, to the best of my knowledge. Yeah, well, certainly the custom fields aren't, which is what I'm guessing they're trying to push. Let me just make sure, unless they're just pushing in. Okay, if they're pushing in just values, then the square brackets does not seem to make sense, because that normally would be how you would do it. So I test for that. So replace this. I'm not saying this does not work. I've just never used it in this manner. So perhaps just do as we've instructed over here. All right, I hope that makes sense. Yeah, that's correct, because I have tested it extensively. That works. So you just copy and paste the script. Okay, so that's the first thing, why your events aren't firing. I believe that was the question, one of the questions anyway. Let me have a quick... Okay. Multiple analytics code, GA events does not work. Okay, so I think I've addressed that, why the code is not working, and this is the conversion tracking code that is being set up. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that would work if GA is firing. Okay, so you're firing G tag here, and yeah, that should work if it's been set up correctly. So let's just compare what's happening over here. Okay, so that's firing, and that's firing. Right, so I can't explain at the moment why that's not firing, but we'll check on that soon. But I think there's probably an easy way of doing it, is they probably wanted to set up the GTM. So I'm going to go and try and set up the GTM. We've been having issues with Google Tag Manager. Okay. I think it's all right. There's two containers here. There's one container here, and there's one container here. Which one was I invited to? Let's have a quick look. I was invited to this one, which is G7P. So let's have a look. This is G7P. Okay, so that's the correct one. I'm going to go update. So sorry, before I do that, I just wanted to share with you that when I looked at the container, it's actually empty, so there's nothing in it, which explains why they couldn't use it, because one of the issues we were having is that the Google API has become quite unstable over the last couple of weeks. So anyway, I'll just go ahead and select that. Sometimes you get lucky. This is quite finicky. It just doesn't seem to want to work, but I'll try it anyway, and perhaps we might get lucky today. So it's rolling across. Okay, so that's done. Let's refresh this page and see whether we get any tags. No tags. Okay, so that came through. Variables came through. Tags did not come through. Let me just make sure we got that right. Yeah, nothing. Okay, so let's try it one more time. I'm going to try that and try and load that up again. So let's break it up this time, and I'm going to do just those two and go save, and hopefully breaking it up allows the API call to be done properly. Okay, let's make sure that's worked. No luck there. Let's try it one more time. Maybe I'll just try just the Facebook one. It's giving an error of 500. Yeah, that seems to be the issue with let's try it one more time. Might get lucky. No luck. Okay, so the other option is to import, which I had sent the container for. So admin, import, yeah, override. We want to override. Yep, select file to import. We want to go to downloads, and you want to pick up the JSON file, which is sitting right over there, and I want to override this. Yep, existing, yep, the default one. Boom. Okay, so there you go. Now it's all imported in, which is good, and this is the file that I had sent a couple of days ago. So but anyway, it's done now. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take Google Optimize, and I'm going to pause it. because Google Optimize in a cross-domain situation really sucks. It doesn't work properly at all. Submit. Okay. Continue. Right, so that's done. Now I'm going to go and just refresh this page. Hopefully I don't get a GTM error again. Manage variables. Nope, that is wrong. So what we want to do is change that. Okay, we want to change that as well. Okay, so that so I'm just going to pause this while I update this value so you don't have to watch me. Okay, so let me go change a few of these values. So firstly, let me just turn off this background noise. All right, so the way to do it is enter in the domain and press enter and see where it ends up. Some sites will add a www to it, some sites won't. So we're looking for where it ends up. So that's my domain that I need to insert over here. Okay, so that's done. That I'll replace elsewhere. The Facebook pixel, I don't think they've added Facebook here. Let's have a quick look. No, there's no Facebook here, so that's okay. I'll let them enter it in at their leisure. And the UA code, I need to confirm that. So that's pretty easy to do. I can just go over here and pick up the UA code, which is that. So copy the link. Sometimes you can hack these things. All right. Copy. Just make sure there's no space. None. Okay, so I'm going to save that. So while that's working, beautiful, that's done. I need to make one more change, because if you have a look here, when I go to manage variables, it's picking up test1 at LeadsHook, which is a test domain that I have. Because remember, I imported the container in. So now I need to replace that. Unfortunately, LeadsHook does not allow you to replace that because it already picks it up from the bottom, from the domain where it's installed. But because you imported in, which is why it has that other figures, which is why it has my old variable. So I'm going to go change the variable by going to the actual container over here, in the variables in the Google Tag Manager, in Google Tag Manager, and I'm going to go to LeadsHook.io domain, and I'm going to go edit. And I'm going to go ahead and change that. So there you go. Perfect. So that's done. Let's submit that for good measure. Okay, that's done. So now if I go to, let me just refresh this first. Go to manage variables, and boom, all fixed, done. All right, so we're running here. Now just to make sure what they need to do. Okay, so first thing, for Google Tag Manager, I think I share the I'm looking to see if where have I shared the plugin. Right, so the plugin you want to use for Google Tag Manager in WordPress, because it's a WordPress site, is header, footer, WordPress. And let's have a look. NC for plugins. Let me see if this is the correct one. No, that's not the correct one. That is not the correct one. Do they have? Let's just do header footer, and it's developed by. That's it, Stefano Lisa. This is the one you want to use. Okay, this is the best one that I've ever used. All right, so I'm going to leave it over here. So header and footer by Stefano Lisa. That's the one you want to use to update your values and variables. So in order to do that, what you want to do is go back to grab, so variables are good, that's done. I'll just show you what, okay, cool, now we don't need to touch that screen. Install, so go ahead and add this in using this plugin. This is the best one that I've found. I've tried to use others, sometimes it just doesn't kind of work. Anyway, I'm guessing they would work now, but at least you can see it's been only updated 5 days ago. So well maintained, lots of installations, and that's what you want. So you have a good stable container. Now to make sure that the container is working, I'm going to do a quick test here and show you that it actually does work. Once again, give it a good refresh. Go to over here to scripts, turn that off, and G7P. We have two integrations. So wait, let's fix that up first. Integration 1, integration 2. Interesting. Integration 3. All right, so I'm not sure why they've gone crazy with integrations. Okay, I don't want to touch it. You know what? I'm going to remove the second one. Okay, let's just make sure that this one still works. Yep, that's still good. Okay, let's refresh that. So 2 GTM integrations have been done to the same account, which is not good. Right, scripts. Let's go in here. We'll turn that one off, turn this one on, because we want GA to fire from inside LeadsHook. So that's done.